Hey everybody, this is Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. First, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who comes by and supports my page. It really does mean a lot to me. If you all can please press the like or dislike button and subscribe, comment, or even email me if you have any suggestions, questions, or concerns. My email is always going to be in the description box. Again, thank you for visiting my channel. Hey guys, it's Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. So I had to jump in real quick and give this message. First, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for visiting my page. Thank you for showing support and being concerned about the injustices that Black women and children face every day in the United States. I really do appreciate your support. You don't know how much that means to me, especially because I myself am a Black woman. I'd also like to put this quick disclaimer out there. Do not come to my page victim shaming or blaming. You will be immediately blocked for that. I do not tolerate it. There is no need for it. And I'm pretty sure you knew what you were saying in the comment before you posted it. So be respectful. Many of the victims, their families come back and they visit this page. I am their advocate. This is their safe space. No disrespect will be tolerated. You all have a good day. I'm going to let you go back into the commentary. Every 5.5 hours in the United States of America, a Black woman or child is murdered. Stop killing Black women. Stop killing Black children. Hey, what's up, y'all? So this story comes to us out of Memphis, Tennessee. So Danielle Hoyle, 27, had just given birth to a beautiful baby girl. The baby girl's name was Kennedy Hoyle. The baby girl was not anything but 2 days old. That's all she was 2 days old. And Brandon Isabel, who is 25 and is said to be the child's father, showed up. And I believe Danielle and her new baby, they were probably driving home or something because the baby wasn't nothing but 2 days old. So I'm thinking they probably just got discharged from the hospital and was probably driving home and all. And Brandon showed up, stopped this woman somewhere along her journey and shot her in the face, took the murder weapon, threw it in the Mississippi River, took the infant, and police found evidence because they did have when they first showed up and found Danielle deceased at the scene and at her vehicle, they looked in the back seat and into the car seat and the child was not there. So of course the baby qualified as a child who should have an Amber Alert put out for it. For those of y'all who don't know, Amber Alerts are for children who police can prove or they suspect that the child it was taken. Okay, every child does not get an Amber Alert. So they put an Amber Alert out for this beautiful 2-day-old baby. But later on during their investigation, they found evidence that suggests, thanks to social media, they found evidence that suggests Brandon took this 2-day-old innocent baby and threw her over a bridge. Now, I don't know how many retakes that I had to do to even make this video because my emotions was just everywhere. Because I'm thinking, how could you do that to an innocent child? You know, these fools be so deranged. These demons be walking around here and they so deranged and they so angry at life that they take it out on these innocent children. Let me give y'all my theory. Okay. My theory is he probably didn't want no kids. And he probably told her when she went back and told him that she was pregnant, he probably told her he didn't want the baby and told her to abort. Now, and I don't like putting out information about me on here, not too personal, but I have a son. I have a teenage son. Okay. One thing that I always instill in my son is once your DNA, once your cells leave your body, you have no more say over what that young woman does. My son, I'm thankful. He's almost 18 and he is a virgin. He's never, even had intercourse. And, I'm sorry, I would know the difference. As many brothers as I got, I would know the difference. Because men and boys, they act different when they're not virgins anymore. But anywho, and my son does not run the streets or anything like that, but this is not about him. This is about my theory. Okay, so I'm theorizing that he probably told this young woman, oh, well, I don't want any babies and all, and you should abort. And she probably said, hell, I don't want to abort. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to keep my child. He probably got mad at her and decided to not only murder her, but murder this baby. Okay, so it's just I'm so lost for words on this, but my thing is, when it comes to these boys, I don't know who the fuck they think they is that they can tell young women what they can and can't do with their own bodies. Once your cells, once your DNA leave your body, you no longer have a say in what somebody else does. You know what I mean? And it ain't no, because I hear a lot of trifling shit over the internet talking about, oh, well, if she keep the baby and I said I didn't want it, well, she shouldn't be allowed to put me on child support. No, dumbass. You had the choice was in your hands before you laid down. You have vasectomies out there. Fuck condoms. Because if I was a man, I wouldn't even 100% put my trust up in condoms. I'd be so quick to the urologist's office because that's where they give the vasectomies at the urology office. Urology is the male gynecologist. Okay, you couldn't tell me shit. And even if I did get a vasectomy, I will still wait months down the line before I was sexually active again. And it irritates me because, these men, they lay up with these women and they know they don't see a future with the woman. And then they go on and they murder these women, or they cut the child out of their lives because, oh, well, she knew I didn't want it. Well, nigga, you didn't want the baby either. So how do you lay all the responsibility on her when you had ample amount of time to make a decision for yourself? Sex is not just a good time. Sex is literally created to procreate. It's made to feel good so that you can procreate. It's not made so that you could just fuck whoever. If it was, then why is all these STIs and stuff running around? And I hate to say it and I hate to put it out there, but that demographic, black and male, as a nurse, I can tell you, that's the main demographic. I used to do urgent care at one time, y'all. Used to do urgent care. That's the main demographic. As much as they like to talk about Brad and Chads, Brads and Chads, when I used to see them in urgent care, Brads and Chads was coming up in there getting unemployment checkups, getting whatever TB tests, doing their physicals, and getting jobs. The majority of the Brads and Chads was out here trying to work. The only time I seen Brads and Chads in urgent care and they were not getting pre-employment services was when they had did some crazy shit. Like I had one guy come in on a motorcycle and had a huge laceration on his leg and we had to stitch him up. The majority of Brads and Chads, that's what I seen them in there for. But that demographic, black and male, I used to see them all the time between the ages of 15 and I would say 30. That's that main range for STIs. Because they don't care. They just land the fuck up with anybody. And then they blame everybody else. They place the accountability thing on everybody. Now, that's my theory. I don't really know the facts right now as to why he murdered this young girl and her child. But usually when they do stuff like this, it's because the woman did not want to abort that baby. And so he got mad because he didn't have no control over her body and over her actions and decided to go head on and do this evil ass shit. And I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me if I sound evil myself, but I hope and pray like hell that Tennessee has the death penalty and they taking motherfuckers out by firing squads. Because that's what he don't need no little shot. He need the firing squad. He really do. You kill an innocent baby, a baby that don't even know what the fuck life is yet. Because you too stupid to go down here and be proactive. You don't want no kids. Why are you even having sex? You know what I'm saying? Why are you even out here having sex? I'm going to wait and try to get some more details on this case, but I can bet y'all money he probably didn't want no kids and got mad because She said, fuck it, I'm going to keep this pregnancy. I'm going to go head on with it, and I'm going to raise my child and all, and probably was going to put him on child support and all, and he probably didn't want to be put on no child support. Probably didn't want to stand up and take accountability and responsibility and have some integrity about himself and do the right thing. He didn't want to do that. He wanted her to pay for his mistakes. So he outed her and outed the baby too. Let me tell y'all something. Yeah, I know I'm a cusser, but one thing I don't do is I don't mess with people who are, like God says in the Bible, in the word, it says he don't like innocent bloodshed. That baby was innocent. That woman didn't do nothing to cause her murder. You know, she didn't do nothing to cause that. Even if she had chosen wrong. Y'all know I cover that all the time because people like to get in my comments that say, oh, well, they chose the wrong man. Well, if we going by that logic, then I say should no black women date no black men. Because all y'all got something about y'all that's a little bit fucked up. How y'all view black women. I covered that article. I covered that article even before other content creators covered it. The article with Dr. Algernon Austin, where he's saying that black men cost the black community $50 billion per year because the majority of them are unemployed. And like I always say on this channel, I don't like to talk about other content creators, but Cynthia G is one of the content creators who got a lot of bad backlash from that demographic, black and male, because she was saying black women need to protect their wombs. You know, now I don't know if she really said black women need to terminate pregnancies if they find out the child is going to be a black boy. I don't know. I don't know that. But me, and, you know, having my faith in God, I say, hell, be all the way proactive. Don't have no sex with him. If he ain't willing to ring you up and do what it takes to be a man and be a provider and all of that, don't even have sex with him. It's not worth your time. Do y'all know how many of these men that I see in that demographic, black and male, who come in and out the clinic, don't got no PCP to the first. PCP is a primary care physician. Ain't got none to the first. One waited till he had erectile dysfunction to come in and get seen for gonorrhea. And you know gonorrhea, when you coming in for erectile dysfunction, that means it's set in your system for a while. You done had it for a while. You done been out here burning and yearning for a little while, and it got so bad to where it affected you. And he wasn't even coming in to get seen for the gonorrhea. He was coming in to get seen for the erectile dysfunction. There goes to tell y'all something. Because, you know, when you have gonorrhea is going to give off other symptoms that you have that disease. That's just like me coming in to see the doctor and say I'm coming in for diabetes and I'm going in for an eye checkup or something. Like, no, not say, let's just say I'm going in because, goddamn it, I can't feel my toes or something. You know, but I had all these other symptoms that telling me, hell, your toes is the least of your worry. Hell, I got heart palpitations. I'm seeing stars and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm having headaches. I'm sluggish. My body is telling me that there's other things going wrong with me, but this is what I come in for. So basically, I was so disgusted that day because you don't give a fuck about your health. You just came in because you couldn't do no more fucking. Y'all think this shit fake until you get in the nursing field. I'm telling you, and you gonna understand. You're going to understand why people like me exist. We trying to warn y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's my theory on it, y'all. My theory is, like I said, he got mad because that young lady wanted to keep her child because that was her right. Because like I said, once that DNA leave his body, once that cell leave his body, he no longer has a say in what that young woman chooses to do, whether she chooses to terminate or whether she chooses to keep it. And I don't even care if they had the conversation beforehand because people change their minds all day, every day with no problem. I know women right now who said, oh, okay, I'm going to go through with the pregnancy, turned around, had an abortion. I know women right now who wanted the abortion and either didn't go along with it because they changed their minds or somebody changed their minds for them. It's even people trifling enough to say, oh, well, If he told her early on that he didn't want no babies and she went through with it anyway, he shouldn't have to pay support. Yes, the fuck he should, because he took active role in making that motherfucking baby. And I'm glad that God ordered my steps the way he did, because I don't know. I'm more like a float nurse. I have motherfucking experience in just about every specialty you could think of. And I did a little bit of time in a urology office, the male gynecologist. I did a little bit of time working as a urologist. And while I was working as a urologist, let me tell y'all something. I didn't see one black man come up in there for a vasectomy. So when they get on here big and grown and they crying and whining about paying child support, oh, we got to pay all this child support, I don't have no sympathy for them. I don't have no sympathy, because you have options. You could have got a goddamn vasectomy. Vasectomies are cheap. They're reversible. You don't have to go to the hospital like they do a tubal litigation. You know, you don't have to do none of that. You go right to the doctor's office. You in and out, healed up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks you shooting blanks. But I always tell male patients, hell, wait a month and make surely sure you shooting blanks. I met a Brad, you know what I'm saying, or a man of no color who came up in the office one day, had one baby, had one complimentary baby with him. And the little girl was a newbie. She was still in her car seat. He looked me and the doctor in the face. He said, because me and the doctor told him, you know, he married, he brought his wife in and all. And we was like, is this something y'all really want to do? Maybe that baby girl gonna want a little brother or another little, you know, a little sister one day. And the man looked us dead in the motherfucking eyes and said, hey, this my last one. Y'all playing, come on and set the date for this procedure. He was serious. I can't even speak no more on this. I'm that angry. I'm sending prayers and condolences to the family of Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle. May they rest in the loving arms of the Father. I'm praying that justice is served down there in Tennessee and they throw the book at this demon right here. But this case right here is the prime example of why you have content creators like Cynthia G saying what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? And not only this case where they're killing their own flesh and blood, their own children, but there's other cases out there where they're creating matricide. They're killing the wombs they came out of. Just something for y'all to think about. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Y'all be safe, be alert, and be aware. Yo, y'all, look at this. Hold on, let me read this to y'all, okay? Look at what I just found. And I did not say it was my theory, but look, this is what I did know. Let me read this post to y'all, all right? Okay, so it says, this pic is of Brandon Isabel, the father of the missing 2-day-old, which is Kennedy Hoyle. Brandon Isabel killed his baby's mother and his 2-day-old child. Sources are saying he had asked Danielle Hoyle to abort the child, but she refused. Again, like I said in my commentary, once your DNA, once your sperm cell leaves your body, you have no right over what another person does with their body. That's not up to you. Stupid ass shouldn't have been out there fucking. Excuse me, y'all, but y'all know I'm mad about this. Anyways, let me continue to go. So sources are saying he had asked the mother, Danielle Hoyle, to abort the child, but she refused. Also, it seems, according to sources, he's married. He's married, so he can't keep it at home, and didn't want his wife to know about the baby. Shouldn't have been outside of your marriage then. That's what it is, stupid mug. Shouldn't have been outside your marriage. Also, he has a girlfriend who allegedly posted on Facebook that she was going to kill the baby and Danielle. So Danielle would be the third woman in this circle. He had a wife and he had a side chick, and Danielle will be the third woman in this circle. Okay? So, y'all, there y'all go. And I just found this after doing my commentary. Didn't I tell y'all that was my theory? Didn't I tell y'all the main reason why they go after these newborns? Or sometimes the baby is still in utero and they will kill the expectant mother because they no longer have say over what this woman does with her body and all, and they can't force the woman to abort or whatever. Stupid asses. I don't never see them up in the urology office when I was working there. Never would see them, you know. But now because you creeping, this is the risk that you take. And you couldn't man up and go to your wife and say, hey, look, I was involved in this and this is what it is. So that also makes me think that I don't know who was the breadwinner in his marriage, but I'm thinking, hell, because if you have a girlfriend, two girlfriends on the side and a wife, homie had a little bit too much time on his hands, y'all. So it further gets me to make another theory. It further gets me to thinking that maybe the wife was the breadwinner and Brandon just ain't have shit. You know, or like some of the other content creators be saying, he was a dust bucket. He was busted and disgusted, didn't have shit, had too much time on his hands, and he knew if the main breadwinner, his wife, found out about that child and all, this motherfucker was gonna be sleeping in a box or a mattress in somebody's alley. Y'all be safe, be alert, be aware. Leave your comments below.